All my socks had a hole in the same place. You know what I'm saying? That's how poor I was.
Yeah.
We was dirt poor. We was in South Central, man.
Okay.
I was right there when the gangs first started.
Okay.
You know, I knew Big. I didn't know Took personally, but I knew of him. But I knew Big Puddin', you know, the founder of the Bloods. I knew him personally, and then I knew a lot of Took's soldiers. You know, the guys that was right under him. You know, which was the guys that I had contact with, the guys I looked up to. So I was right there, man, in the heart of when it all started. You know, the Watts riots. I was there when they had the first riots in Watts with the Black Panther.
Did you hear about it?
I was too young, man, but I wanted to. You know, they police hit my brother in the mouth with a billy club, man, and broke his tooth. So when he came home, I was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They beat up my big brother. You know?
Trying to retaliate.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Vengeance.
So,
okay.
You know,
well, let me ask you, man. You know, a lot of people are familiar with the real Rick Ross. A lot of people are not. And just give them a short segment of how you became who you are. This whole drug reason. Let's say crack cocaine.
Yeah. Well, you know, I started selling cocaine. Really, to be honest with you, the first time I ever found out about cocaine was about the movie Superfly. You know, when I saw this brother, man, you know, I didn't have a like for authorities after they hit my brother in the mouth with that billy club, because I knew my brother was cool. That was my first hero. Was my brother, and they hit my hero in the mouth with a billy club and knocked out his tooth. So I had a distaste for authority from right there, man. When I went and saw the movie Superfly and I saw how this brother did, you know what I'm saying, the cops, it was like, wow, man, this brother, man, I ain't never seen no brother do it like this here, man. He beat the man at his own game. So that planted a seed in my mind, man, really about cocaine, you know what I'm saying, that might be a way to become something special. And then one day, my big homie Mike called me, man, and he was like, man, I got something new. Come by the house. Yeah. When I went by the house, man, he laid some lines out on the table, man, and it was on after that.
Yeah. Well, how did the invention of crack get in the picture?
Well, I mean, some people want to give me the credit with inventing crack. You know, I can't take that credit. You know what I'm saying?
If they do the real research.
Yeah. I wish I would have been the one that. Not wish I was, but you know, I probably would have made a lot more money if I would have invented it. But I didn't. It was already people doing it, but they were like users of the drug. You know, they wasn't hustlers. Right. And eventually they taught me how to do it, you know. And what I did is I taught so many other people how to do it that they started giving me the credit as being the one who invented it. Right. You know, I think LA Times said I was the first crack millionaire, you know, in the country.
So there wasn't no like authorities of a high figure like CIA or FBI never come to you?
Oh, no. You know, a lot of people get that CIA stuff, you know, twisted and I didn't know about the CIA. You know what I'm saying? I found out about all that when I was in trial. No, I'm going to trial. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting a life sentence. My connection had set me up. As soon as I got out from that bit, my connection set me up. Yeah. On another bit. You know, came to me. He was like, man, you know, you just got out. I got something to help you get on your feet. You know, Baze, all you gotta do is hook me up with somebody. So I hooked him up with one of my little homies who was getting down with me in the past, who had came up and was doing real good for himself. So I hooked him up, and that got us indicted. Yeah. You know, from that. Well, when we go to trial, this guy had to get on the witness stand and testify. So while he's testifying, then he also talks about his CIA connections, which was the first time I'd ever heard about it. And I didn't even catch it. Me and my lawyer didn't even catch him talking about the CIA and his connections and everything. It was a reporter sitting inside the courtroom that caught it. And he put it all together, and then he pointed it all out, and then he published it in the newspaper, and then it just blew all over the country, you know, where it was shown where the CIA had deliberately, some people say they had deliberately put cocaine into the black community to destabilize it. Right. And, you know, started a big controversy. Were they really targeting the blacks with the cocaine, or was it just trying to raise the money to fight the war? But you know, in my mind, after you know, I educated myself while I was in jail. It don't really matter if they did it purposely to destabilize blacks or not. It did destabilize our community.
Yeah.
You know, it took all of our entrepreneurs out of our neighborhoods. You know, all the guys that are forward thinkers, our chance takers, the ones that will be creating businesses in our community. Well, they all in prison right now.
Right. Because
our government allowed some foreigners to come over here with a drug that was so addictive and so profitable, and it was the first time that we ever had a direct plug in anything. You know, everything else we had to get third and fourth hand. You know, we can't go to Alpine and get a radio, or to Pioneer and get radio.
We don't own no boats or no planes.
None of that.
Yeah.
So cocaine was the first time that we ever had a direct plug in anything in this country. So we gravitated to it. You know, it was the first opportunity we had, and a lot of us took it. And you know, right now, you know, we got 1 million black men in prison, and 600,000 of them are in there for non-violent offenses. Yeah,
there's more black men in prison than there was the slave trade.
Yeah,
that's documented. That's documented. Look that up right now. Okay, well, let me ask you, man. 4 years you've been out, right? Been out 4 years?
A little more than 4.
A little more?
Yeah, just a little bit. Maybe 4 in about 3 months, 2 months.
Okay, well, count the months. I feel you. I feel you. No.
I mean, I'm enjoying every minute of it.
I know you is, man.
It's good out here, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I ain't forgot the dudes that's in there. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's dudes in prison right now that don't need to be in prison.
Yeah.
You know, that they didn't have any ill will. You know, they wasn't out to hurt nobody. They wasn't out to rape nobody or rob nobody. You know, they found selling cocaine was where they were providing a service to a willing customer.
Yeah. Once they broke down to Black Wall Street, I think we had to look for our own stuff. See what we had to do out here. The unemployment rate was real high.
Yeah, it's higher than that right now.
Yes, it is.
The unemployment rate, they say, is what?
Well, due to the black community, it was very high. Very high. Really, we had a lot of entrepreneurship, like you were saying at first. We had our own businesses. It's like right now, like in Memphis, you can go in North Memphis, you can see a lot of shutdown places, such as tire places, like a son and father and son tire place, a mother's daughters, or family restaurant here. You'll see that, but they all shut down.
Yeah, well, you know, it ain't no opportunities out there. I mean, you know, if you're a black man, you know, I got out of prison. Cause I learned how to fix my credit. I got out with a 758 FICO score. Man, I couldn't even get a credit card. You know, and it's crazy. You know, and I know the way I handle money. You know, I done handled $3 million cash, and it's still nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they treat me like I'm a bank robber or a petty theft or something like that. There, so you know, I know how they treat the average black man. You know, and like I said, I went to prison illiterate, but I didn't come out illiterate. Right. You know, I read over 300 books before I got out of prison.
What was your first book?
Law. The first book I read was Malcolm X, man.
The biography? The
autobiography by Alex Haley, man. And that book really helped me, you know, to show me who I was, and that Malcolm wasn't no better than me.
Right.
You know, and that I could do the same things that Malcolm did. You know, Malcolm went to prison illiterate, no high school diploma, none of that.
Yeah. A lot of people overlook the fact that you got a lot of black leadership. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers who come from nothing, who's also thieves, drug users, dealers, pimps, or whatever.
Disciples was too, man.
Yeah, you know.
Disciples was a bunch of undesirables, man. Right. Jesus picked dudes that nobody else wouldn't work with. Right. You know what I'm saying? And because if you can't change those dudes, you ain't really did nothing. If you go out and you helping somebody that's already there, you ain't help nobody.
Yeah. And plus, you can't speak to no one if you ain't come from the same stuff. Because I ain't gonna listen to jack nothing you got to say.
Yeah, that's real talk too. That's real talk.
Well, let me ask you, man. Since you've been out, what you been working on, man? I know we got this documentary. It's been talking movies. Man, you got the music thing going on with the website. What's up, man?
I got the documentary that's gonna kill, man. I've been working on this doc since I've been home. We've been filming. We've been talking to people that never talked on camera before.
Okay.
One of the producers even went over to Nicaragua and talked to the guy that set me up, who was a CIA operative. You know.
He willingly spoke?
I I don't know if it was willingly or not. You know what I'm saying? But they talked to her, so we gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get to see it on camera. You know what
now,
he said.
This is the documentary from your perspective, right?
Yeah.
This is from the horse's mouth, not anyone else's documentary.
I see how these dudes, man, they take these docs and they want to tank. They want to always tilt us in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? And
it's called rating boosts.
So you know what? I wanted to show the real story, man. I wanted to show what young Rick Ross was thinking when he started selling drugs, and I didn't want nobody else to tell me, because people always want to tell me what I was thinking when I started.
Right.
You know, what I was thinking when I was 19 years old. And I'm like, you can't tell me what I was thinking. If I tell you this how what I was thinking, this is what it was. You know, one lady wanted to tell me that I knew that when I first started selling cocaine, it was going to be devastating. You know, I'd never seen a crackhead before. You know, I never seen nobody hooked on crack. So there was no way that I could tell. When I first started selling dope, I only wanted to make $5,000. You know, I never thought about making over. Yeah. I didn't even think about making $20,000. So no less $100,000 or $1 million. That never had crossed my mind. It didn't cross my mind about $1 million till I was up to $500,000. And I said, well, you know, I might as well go ahead and make $1 million.
Let me ask you, you never witnessed a crackhead? Let me see. The crackhead popped off. You was incarcerated a little more after that, just a little bit after.
No, I seen crackheads. I'm saying when I first got started, I hadn't seen a crackhead.
Okay.
See, when I first started, the only people was smoking cocaine was pimps, doctors, lawyers.
It's an expensive drug.
Yeah, 1 gram of cocaine was $300.
Yeah.
So, you know, couldn't nobody on the street buy no cocaine.
Right.
My partners couldn't even buy it until I started giving it to them. When I got up to maybe 8,000 or 9,000, and I was able to start giving them a gram and say, here, man, go out and flip this gram. But before that, they couldn't buy it. If you had a gram of cocaine, you could take a gram and turn it into $900.
Yeah.
1 gram of cocaine was worth $900 if you had a pure gram of cocaine. So it was so expensive that people in the ghetto couldn't afford it. What I thought when I started bringing it to the ghetto was that I was bringing a piece of Hollywood to the hood. Yeah. That's what I thought when I first started doing it. Yeah. I didn't think that it was going to devastate the community, that mothers was going to be selling their food stamps for it.
Or even their children.
And I ain't never seen nobody sell no children. I still had morals when I was out there. You know, it was certain things you just wasn't going to do around me. Yeah. You know, and I stood on that. So, but a lot of stuff that I did see, you know, people clowning their cars, you know, and you know, turning tricks. I mean, a lot of stuff they did do that I did see, and I was cool with, you know, because I grew up on Figueroa. You know, I grew up on the stroll. Okay. So I did see a lot of things, but a lot of stuff that people say, I just didn't see it like that.
Now this will be all in this documentary, right?
Yeah, the doc gonna be deep, man.
So we talking about movies, putting this in theaters. What we doing?
Yeah, right now, you know, I wrote a script with Nick Cassavetes.
Okay.
I spoke to Nick Cannon already about playing the role. Well, you know, really, I spoke to Will Smith about it, Jamie Foxx, Don Cheadle.
Now, a lot of people was wondering, like, why you pick Nick Cannon, due to the fact that he's more of a comic.
Well, I really picked Nick for his youthfulness and his unstreetness.
Okay.
Because when I first started in cocaine, I wasn't street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I grew up in South Central. When I was in junior high school, I ran with the gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? With you know, like 2 of my best friends that I went to junior high school with. One is dead, was Moo Moo. He's the founder of the 107 Crips. And the other one is Leon Washington, Baby Bam from 7-4 Hooper Crip. Baby Bam got life. 27 to life in the state pen, been in the pen about 25 years. Been dead, you know, for about 30 years now. So those are 2 of the guys I hung out with in elementary school and in junior high school. That's the way that they went. But I started playing tennis when I was 12 or 13 years old, and that kind of like took me out of the hood. Yeah. It stopped me from hanging out with dudes who were gangbanging. You know, that's the reason I never really got to meet Took, because I stopped going around. Yeah. The places that they hung out. I started playing tennis every day, hanging out on the
I was going to ask you about that, because there's a little history of you. You could have just been that one in tennis, man. What's up?
I was pretty good, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty good, or was you awesome?
I was pretty good. I mean, you know, but in tennis you need money. You know, if you don't have money.
Was you another All Ash?
I wanted to be another Arthur Ashe.
Okay.
You know, Arthur Ashe is the best that ever did it.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes,
you
sir.
know, to say that you're another Arthur Ashe, you know, I had aspirations of being another Arthur Ashe, or just being close to Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
You know, my main thing is I wanted to get out together.
Okay.
You know, I didn't like living in houses with roaches and rats and having broken out windows and holes in floors and coming in the kitchen and there's nothing in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Having cracks in the refrigerator where there's roaches running around, you know, where they ducking the cold, but they grabbing what they can grab.
All on your toothbrush. Waking up.
You know, I didn't want my mom living like that. You know, I made my mom
cornflakes.
By hook or crook, you know, and I was going to get my mom out of that situation.
Okay. Well, now we got the movie, we got the documentary coming. And what's the date on this? What's it today?
The book.
What's the date on the documentary?
We're shooting for February. We're shooting for Black History Month because we think that the documentary is so black history.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We think that it's so black history. Matter of fact, I talked to a distributor about 2 weeks ago and he told me that he believes that if we get out Black History Month, that I'll definitely be the talk of Black History Month.
Okay. Black history is all year round, though. That's just mine.
Yeah, it should.
I also know a state, it's really a fact, though, because every month an invention was made by black
I don't know how they
from the elevator to the AC and heater.
Yeah, I don't know how they can tell all our history in 1 month. You know, we were working with the pyramids. They said we was working with metal when they built the pyramids. So, you know, we go way back, man.
Well, you know, a lot of people want to give the credit to some aliens, but they never give us.
That was us.
Yeah, that was
us. The aliens they talking about.
Yeah.
But you know, when they trick you into believing that you're a thug and a gangster, you know, they got you.
Yeah. It's a trap. It's definitely a trap. Now, let me ask, what's the name of this documentary?
Right now, it's titled "Cracking the System."
Okay.
Some people are a little tight about the name, you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to stay Cracking the System, but you know, the networks has been like frowning up, you know. They already frowned when they had to deal with me anyway, you know, I had to come in there. But you know, I own 50% of mine. Yeah. A real 50%. Not no 50% where you own 50%, but you get a nickel every time one sale. I really own 50%. So when they make $1 and they gonna break 50 cents off.
In the middle for you got your freedom papers. That's what's up, Rick. All right, well look, we got the book. What's the name of the book? What's up with the book?
Man, we don't know right now. It's titled Ross. I got the lady who did The Death of Tupac and Biggie. She wrote both of those books. She's been on Oprah a couple times. I got her taking it and editing it and turning it into a more reader-friendly book. I wrote it while I was in prison.
Okay.
We're shooting for March for the book, right after the documentary, and then we're hoping the summertime we'll be filming.
So we finna have a whole Freeway 2014, right?
We finna kill the game.
Right.
We finna kill the game.
Because you've been doing your thing now. You got the website up. You got the Freeway Rick Ross website.
See the Esquire article?
You know I saw that. We was just watching.
Obama on the cover.
Yes, sir. And you have more pages than the president,
I got more pages than the president. In their 80th anniversary, that's the biggest magazine they ever did.
Yes.
That Esquire ever did. And they gave Obama the cover and me the magazine.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go check that out. Go look that up right now.
Definitely got to go check that out. Go to Esquire.com, but you can't buy the magazine right now.
What was the other one we looked at? What was that?
That was LA Magazine.
LA Magazine.
Yeah, that was LA Magazine.
Had what was it, Seth Rogen on the cover?
Yeah,
he just did the
They gave me 10 pages in there too, but I like the Esquire article better. But you know, the LA Magazine is cool too. You know that dude, you know, he talks about in that article where he was writing my obituary. Mm-hmm. In 1998, he was at the USP Lompoc writing my obituary, and I told him, I said, man, this story ain't over, man. What you mean? I'm coming home. So, you know, he was really shocked when he was writing that article. You know, he stayed with me about 3 weeks, you know, riding around with me. And one day we were on the freeway. He was like, man, I can't believe you sitting here, man, driving on the 110 freeway. Yeah. I said, man, you better believe it.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So we got the book, documentary, the movie coming soon. Yeah. And now, what's going on with the website, the hip hop website you got up?
Oh man, that's Freeway mixtapes. That's for all the artists out there. You know.
I'm also part of that. Make sure y'all go check that out. Throw it off as
check it out. Y'all, anybody artists out there, you got your music you want to hear. Eventually, what I plan on doing, man, is challenging iTunes. You know, for the downloads. You know, that pay, because I don't believe hip hop is getting their proper representation. You know, street dudes. It's so hard to get on iTunes and they send you through so much red tape that I'm gonna create a site where you ain't gonna have to go through all the red tape and you got your music, you gonna put it on there, you set your price, and just put it on it. That's my goal.
It sounds like you coming out as a vigilante, man.
Man, I don't care nothing about it.
He coming out as a vigilante. He like, man, I'm finna stop all the middleman thing.
Man, I don't care nothing about
straight
these people,
to the top.
man. These people done showed me they don't care nothing about me. I don't care nothing about them,
Say
man.
that. Say that.
You know, they throw you out there, they brain crack in the country when they telling everybody say no, and then they really saying act like you don't know, you know, and then once they get you involved, they want to lock you up in prison and give you a life sentence. Man, I just can't go along with it, man. I'm bucking the system, man.
Okay. Now y'all heard that. Make sure your artists is listening to that right here in Memphis, man. Make sure you hit that site of this Freeway Mixtapes.
FreewayMixtapes.com.
Make sure you check that out.
That's your site. I built that site for y'all, so you know what I'm saying. I need y'all support.
Go check that out.
Stand behind me, because you know, once the authorities get a whiff of what I'm doing and how I'm trying to empower, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna like it.
We gotta be behind them, man. We gotta be behind them, people.
Cause I don't even believe it's about crack, nigga. These people don't care nothing about us being high, man.
Nah, they never will.
They ain't stopped.
They make money off jail, so somebody gotta get locked up.
Man, they making so much money off them jails.
Yeah.
Man. They making more money off of the jails.
Bob Barker, the whole Price is Right has a stock with.
I used to have to go to commissary and buy stuff all the time.
What that?
And you see the box with his name on it.
Yeah, man. What that take?
Yeah.
You know. Well, listen, who you listen to right now? Well, since we on the note of hip hop, who's one of the cats you listen to right now?
Man.
Old to new. Who's
I
Freeway?
really spend most of my time listening to new artists. You know,
Okay.
Because I don't believe that.
You got a favorite right now?
A favorite artist right now, man. I can't think of his name right now.
Can't be your favorite.
Man, you know how many phone calls I get today? My mind's so full of stuff that it's crazy. You know, I just signed Dr. Dre's son.
What?
Yeah, I just signed Curtis Young, Dr. Dre's son. I got him signed. Man, I'm just doing so much. You know, it's just hard to keep up with names. I just signed on. I just 2 world champ boxers. You know what I'm saying? I just got.
Now I was gonna get into that. You got the management. You got the boxing management going on. What's up?
Yeah, I'm helping football players get managers. I got 4 football players this year going pro. That I'm helping them with they get their agents. And
you can't name a few.
I can't name them right now because you know they still got football games to play.
Okay.
And you know you can't set them out like that.
Well, I know this won't be your last time here, so we'll get to that.
No, we
probably later on.
We're gonna do a thing here. We're gonna do a model. I just talked to one of my friends. She did the movie Love Jones.
Okay.
So she got another movie coming up, and I see all these pretty girls in Memphis. I'm like, man, she'd love to have some of these big.
Now we just heard Freeway Rick Ross say we got pretty women in Memphis. Now, not too long ago, Drake just shot a video here, and they had it in what was that? I forgot the name of it. It was a website, but anyway, it was a big website, and they blew it out of a media takeout, and they blew it out of proportion that Drake got someone to bring some girls for the video, and he didn't pick one. So, and it was really a bad look on the city. You know what I'm saying? I know we got some.
I don't know how he did that, but I'm gonna let you know right here. We got like big legs, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you that other part. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Y'all heard it.
But I love it down here, boy. Woo wee. But I just talked to my friend Kylie Newell. She shooting a new movie. Vivica Fox is gonna be the star.
Okay.
And I talked to her, and I told her, I said, listen. You gotta let 1 or 2 of these girls in your movie and a couple of these cats down here in Memphis in your movie.
Yeah.
I said, will you come down here and do audition? And she told me she would definitely come down here and run an audition and let 2 people play in her movie. She just told me that today.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now,
you know, when my whole thing is like, man, look out for the people around you.
That's right.
Look out for the ones that look out for you.
That's right. Now, you gonna do any more motivation speaking? Because I've seen you
all the time.
I've seen you say that. That was my second time seeing
you want to set up to do some schools. I'm on my way right now to Kansas City. I'm gonna be speaking in Kansas City. I think like 12 high schools in Kansas City, and then I want to screen a documentary for high school students.
Okay.
So let's set up a screening. So we come down here. You find a couple high schools. You know what I'm saying? We get an arena and bring them in, and you know what I'm saying, and let them get some hot dogs. We give them free hot dogs, free soda, everything. I don't want to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have to pay for nothing. They come get educated.
Okay. Now, City Memphis, you just heard that. That'll go all the way from East High School, BTW show need to be up in that thing. Melrose, I see y'all out there. Everybody in the high school in the city of Memphis, get ready. We're going to have Freeway Rick Ross coming out, do motivation speaking. We're gonna have something special for y'all.
We're gonna show the doc.
We're gonna show the doc.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
that's gonna be the first time anybody ever see it in the public. Ain't nobody seen it right now but distributors.
Okay. Now the only way y'all gonna keep tabs on this is by listening to 107. So 107 got the first tab on that.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Miss Lane is hosting it. I got you. I got you.
107. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Maybe you host the whole thing.
Now you know I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something.
Let's do that. Let's put it down for.
Now you been here this whole weekend. What were some of the events you just hit?
Man, I've been all over the place.
We done hit everywhere.
Yeah, we done hit everywhere.
152.
152. Downtown.
All Black and Trail. Shout out to Lil Woo, Curtis Givens, CGI. We hit Marlowe's.
You know, when I come, I just ride. I don't care where I go. You know what I'm saying? The projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go to projects, to the mayor's office, and you know.
Man, there's one project still standing in Memphis. That's for home. That's like the last one to be knocked down.
We rode through for home.
Okay.
I don't care where I go. You know what I'm saying?
Should. You got mad respect there with
Listen, they love me all over.
You the streets president. No one told you.
I go to the Bronx, New York, and
Miami,
Washington D.C., Miami. I mean, I don't care. L.A., the Nicholson Gardens, Oakland. It don't matter, man. They just show me love because they know where I'm coming from, and they feel my struggle because they've been there.
Yeah, it's still there.
You're right. Some of them still there. You know what I'm saying? And it's my goal to help them get out of there.
For sure. So what we got next, man? After we got the movie, we got the book coming up, we got the music website right now, Freeway.
Man, they've been trying to get me to do some acting, and I had like at least.
Somebody was just talking about doing rapping. You doing the rapping?
I do hosting. You know, I hosted on a few tapes, man. I did some stuff. I did Young Bucks. I did Young Buck. When I was locked up, I did something with Young Buck. I did a really nice drop.
Shout out to Buck.
Shout out to Buck. Welcome home, boy.
Yeah.
Men, you can't see each other though. You already know. Shout out to Young Turk too. You know what I'm saying? I schooled Young Turk when he was in jail. I shot Turk his books and put Turk on the right track, man. I'm glad to see him doing this thing.
He was locked up down here, man.
I already know. You know, I used to talk to Turk when I first got out. Before they put the no penitentiary talk gag order on me.
Right.
You know, they put an order on me where, you know, I can't be around felons. And
well, I'm glad I just got my papers. To be honest with you, I'm fresh off the papers right now.
Man, I'm trying to get off mine. They gave me 7 years, you know, so I'm still wrestling with that right now.
How long we got?
I got 2 years and probably about 9 more months.
Okay, down here we call it a sleeping and wake up.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
we call that sleeping and wake up down here, man. You
I ain't really
light, baby.
on it. The only time it really affects me is when I get ready to travel. You know, they don't let me go whenever I get ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, they wanted to have me come to Strokers. You know what I'm saying?
Strokers, baby.
I was trying to get the Strokers, and they was like, "Oh no, you ain't going to Strokers."
That's what's up, man.
But you know, I mean, you know, I don't get high. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I ain't committing no crimes. I don't need to carry no gun no more.
Wow.
You know, I laid my gun down. And,
but you got riders for you out here, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna let them ride, though. I ain't gonna let them ride. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep them.
The streets got you, brother.
Yeah, I already know. But we don't need no more black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to start fighting with our minds now.
That's
the
right.
most powerful weapon we got. You know, a lot of times people think that they guns.
They need to pick that fist up too, though.
Huh?
Pick that fist up too, though.
Well, you know, if you're using your mind, you ain't got to use your fist.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
But the greatest people have always like kings now. They use their minds and then they pick them swords up.
They do. But at the same time, you know, if you really want to whoop them with that mind.
Yeah.
That mind is so powerful. The mind built the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more powerful than that.
Right.
The mind is more powerful. It's the creator of that. So it's the creator of the gun. So if we use it properly, you know, I learned when I was in prison that, you know, I'm worried about how am I going to take care of myself. But then it came to me that if I use my mind properly, that my mind would take care of everything that I needed to take care of.
That's right.
Our minds are so powerful that if your hair needs to grow more on your body to keep you warm, your mind is going to tell it to grow. That's right. So anything that we need, our mind is going to give us if we give it a chance and let it grow and don't block it so much. So often we pollute ourselves with so many things that we stunt our growth.
Okay.
So we gotta allow ourselves to grow and be open, you know, open-minded, believe that you can be something special and that you're not just trapped in the projects. And just because you're in the projects right now don't mean that you gotta be there tomorrow.
Right.
Just because you got holes in your shoe today don't mean that you don't have holes in your shoes tomorrow.
Right.
So allow yourself to grow and expand and be all the things that the Creator had created you to be.
Make sure they gotta get up out their ass.
But that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
But see, if your mind not gonna let you sit there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your mind not gonna
A lot
let
of
you
these brothers
sit
got
there.
some minds locked down and muted.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we
Yeah.
gotta cut them chains, because see, once the people in power put chains on your mind,
Mm-hmm.
they don't need no handcuffs on you. They don't need no bars. They
That's
know
right.
what you gonna do.
That's right. Well, let me ask you, man. We're gonna wrap up in a minute. But let me ask you, do you have anything to give to the brothers who's that's listening to this, that's probably like fresh out? I'm talking about they just stepped foot out. They don't know. They've probably been gone about 10 years, 15. Everything's new. The technology is different.
I'm gonna give them something. I'm gonna give you something to all of the people.
What you got, brother?
I'm gonna give something to
me.
all the people. I'm gonna give them the magic wand.
Okay.
That I call the magic wand. What I use to take a life sentence off of me. What I use to get in the Esquire magazine. What I use to get in the LA magazine. What I use to get to Nick Cannon and all these other people that I met. You know, I met the most powerful man in Hollywood a week after I was out of prison, Ori Emanuel, who was Obama's Secretary of Staff's brother, who created William Morris Endeavor. So I use 3 books. I use the principles and the laws that these 3 books taught. The books are named Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, As a Man Think, or As a Woman Think by James Allen, and The Richest Man in Babylon by George Classy.
Okay.
If they read them books and really study them, I read each one of them books at least 20 times a piece. I still read them right now today. I live by those principles, and if they do the same thing, can't be stopped.
That's right. That's right. Now we got a lot of brothers who coming out, didn't educate themselves in jail, and still probably can't read or write as illiterate. And their only mind frame is, I got to get back to the streets to get some money. You got anything for that?
Yeah, man. You know that street mentality that we use, man, is some of the best skills in the world. If you can take those same skills and convert them over to another trade, there's no telling how far you can go. And that's what I did. When I read those books, I was able to see myself in those books, the things that I was doing in the drug business, and how I could take those same skills and flip them into legitimate business, because you are truly a great business mind. If you can sell drugs, you are a great business mind. But now you have to convert it to something different. You have to find something else that you can use those same skills at, and the same skills apply to anything that you get into. And if you can't read, those 3 books that I'm telling you about, they got them on disc, so you can go and listen to them, and listen to those principles, because these principles are universal. These principles don't care about what color you are. It don't care if you stand in projects. It don't care if you're rich. It don't care if you're poor. They work if you apply them.
That's right. Now I say to some of them brothers, if you can't read and you do get the CD, make sure you get the book too, so you can follow along in the book, and you might can catch on to some of these words they're saying, and you can pronounce them and rewind.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now
you know what they say? There's no difference between a guy that won't read and a guy that can't read. They both the same person.
If you
can't read, you ain't trying.
Well, you know they also say the best way to hide something from black people is to put it in a book. Yeah, but we're going to leave out with this now. What is some of the things that people, name me one thing. What is one thing that people don't know about Freeway Big Brothers? What do we don't know? Personally, you got a humorous side. What is it?
Man, I'm all out there, man. I think everybody already know, man, that I'm for the people, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be a great leader, you know what I'm saying? I want to be somebody that really help my people come up, you know what I'm saying? Come out of this. I believe, man, you know, when I sit in jail, when I was looking at, you know, Mr. Farrakhan,
right on.
I read about Malcolm X, and I saw Obama, and I was like, wow, you know, Obama's a great president, but the minister's a great minister. I said, but we don't have nobody to teach economics.
Say that.
So I said that I want to be the economical teacher for my people.
Okay.
That's something that I don't believe that most people know about me, and I don't know if that's what they know, that that's what I'm trying to do, is teach my people economics.
Okay. Man, anyone you want to shout out while we're here, man? We're going to wrap up?
Yeah, I want to let everybody know, man, go to my website, buy one of my t-shirts, man.
Yeah, go get one.
You know that t-shirt is how I'm supporting myself right now. I also take some of that money, and when I go to like juvenile detention centers, I buy books. I buy them 3 books that I just mentioned to you, and I get to these kids, because a lot of these kids in there, they don't have mothers or fathers. And I didn't know that a kid can wind up in juvenile hall for the simple fact of his mother or father going to prison or die, and they don't have any people when they put them in a placement home and they run off. But then the next place they go is the juvenile detention center. I've had the privilege to sit down and talk to young kids that say that their only crime was that they didn't like the abuse that their foster home was giving them, and they ran away. So we got to look out for our kids at juvenile hall, and remember that they're going to grow up, and if they don't learn something different than what they're learning inside those juvenile detention centers, that they're going to come out here and cost us more money, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, than what it would cost us right now if we looked out for them today. So, you know, y'all help me look out for our people.
Well, tell the people where we can reach at. I know you're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Y'all can get me at Freeway Ricky. You can get me on Facebook at Freeway Ricky.
You got Instagram?
Instagram at
Okay.
Freeway Ricky. And
You taking selfies?
huh?
You taking selfies?
What you mean?
Okay. Selfies is, they just came up with it. Selfies is what taking pictures with the phone of yourself.
Nah, I don't do that. I take so many pictures with other people that I don't have time to take none of myself.
You gotta ask, man, because so many people is on this selfish thing right now.
Nah, man, it ain't. I ain't really on the selfish thing. You know, right now I'm dedicating my life, you know, to the people.
That's right.
And the uplifting the people, man. That's what I'm at. They can also get me at freewaysocialmedia.com, and that's where they can get the t-shirts from. Freewaysocialmedia.com.
Okay, and if anyone want to book you,
They can hit me at freewaysocialmedia.com. They
Okay.
can get with LilLank if they in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? He helped me out here in Memphis and other places too. You know, Link books me at quite a few places.
that's what's up. On what link, man? Don King, grandson.
He my
man.
manager.
That's
That's my man, man. Link a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all support him. He trying hard. I ain't seen many youngsters that really fight like this kid, man. He's fighting to set a stage for himself and a lot of other people. So, you know, y'all get behind him.
I got
He young dude, man, 27 years old. 28 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Y'all help him out. We gotta help our young people, man. We gotta give them the game.
For sure.
You know, too often, you know, our old people, they get that game and they take it to the graveyard. They say the graveyard is the richest place in the world, because all the people took all that knowledge with them to the graveyard. Let's give it to these youngsters, man, and let them take it and run with it.
That's what's
and
up.
get them some money.
Well, Memphis, y'all got it, man. First interview with the one and only legendary, the street president. I'm giving him that title. Street president. Okay, this is our Obama in the streets, man. Freeway Rick Ross. Brother, it's a pleasure.
Maybe one day the street president and the president to get together and have lunch.
Well, you need to do something. Brother, it's a pleasure.
So we on a magazine together, huh?
Might as well, but you got more pages. I think he'll be a little sauce about that. He'll feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Brother, it's an honor and pleasure having you down here, man. Thank you again, man.
Likewise.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
get it.
Memphis, y'all know what it is, man. Stay tuned, stay locked right here with Ride with your boy, Miscellaneous. Hot 107.1 non-stop for hip-hop. Cool. Man, I so appreciate it.
Yeah, you killed that.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, man, how are you? Appreciate the love, man.
Thank you, man.
Love.
I ain't wanted to get into the Rick Ross talk.
Yeah. No, we did good.
Next time.